Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, I have some thoughts on this one because instead of doing a review, we're going to be ranting about the new Pat McGrath Star Wars collection. Oh, do I have some thoughts? You guys want to know what my thoughts are on this, how I created this eye look and all that? Well, then definitely keep watching. Okay guys, so if you guys have been here on my channel at any point in time, you guys would know that I have a huge love for Star Wars. I love Star Wars so much, and I'm so thankful to my parents for having me watch Star Wars as a child because I really fall in love with that franchise so much over the years, and it's something that Corey and I have originally bonded on when we first got together. We love Star Wars. So of course, when I saw that Pat McGrath is doing a Star Wars collection, I was like, oh my god, I have got to get it, because the very first time that Pat McGrath did a Star Wars collection, I actually missed out on it. For me personally, Pat McGrath is a very luxurious brand, so she's kind of out of my price point. It's really hard for me to want to spend $128 on eyeshadow palettes when I already have so many to begin with. But honestly, even a couple years ago when money was super tight, not that it's really changed much, but honestly, it was just so unattainable for me to buy the Pat McGrath Star Wars collection at first launch because it was just so expensive, so out of my price range. So I was always disappointed, but I had a wonderful subscriber who actually sent me her palettes that she no longer used, so it's very grateful to that. So when I saw they're announcing this, I was like, oh my god, I had to get it. I didn't even hesitate, okay? I bought the big Star Wars palette along with the 3 little mini Star Wars palettes. I'm like, yes! I was so excited. I spent like, I don't know, 200 something bucks on this collection because I was so excited. It's the only thing I bought from this. I didn't buy all the other stuff because I just wanted to focus on the eyeshadow palettes. Well, I was so excited because I was like, I'm going to get my first like Star Wars palettes from Pat McGrath. I have all the ones from ColourPop. I have to have this one, right? This is where the rant is going to come in. If you don't want to see someone rant, you should go ahead and click off this video because I do have some positive things to say and I have some negative things to say as well. But I don't watch a lot of beauty gurus. I'm going to be frank with you guys. I don't really watch any beauty content here on YouTube. I watch a lot of gaming content. That's kind of like where my passion falls, is on gaming content. I do watch some book content. But when it comes to beauty, I only really watch like Teresa's Dead and Paige Corn because they're my friend in real life. Other than that, I don't really watch any beauty content, especially in the month of December when I'm already so busy enough as it is with like my giveaways and getting videos out almost every single day, Christmas shopping, spending time with family. I don't watch any makeup reviews, to be honest. And not to mention, I like to be completely unbiased. I don't want to watch someone else's review and have their opinion stick with me because I don't want it to alter my opinion. So if I watch anyone's review, it's already after I've played with the product or reviewed the product myself. That way I can see how did my opinion compare to theirs. That's the only other time I watch it. Otherwise, I don't watch anything beforehand. So lo and behold, I bought this collection. And then I went over to Teresa's Dead's house on Christmas Day. We spent Christmas Day together, and I was telling her how excited I was because I bought this collection. I was like, oh, I did it, Teresa. I went out of my budget. I couldn't really afford to buy this collection. I was so excited. And she's like, what the fuck did you do? And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I'm excited. And she's like, you know, you do realize that the Star Wars palette you see right here is just a repackaged Pat McGrath Midnight Sun palette that's been on sale for 50% off for months prior to this launch. And I'm like, are you serious? I had no clue. I had no freaking clue that this was an already existing palette. I didn't know. And then she took me up to her beauty room. She pulled out her Midnight Sun palette, and I looked at it and I said, well, I'll be goddamn, that's the exact same palette. So I got really pissed because, one, had I known that this was just going to be a repackaged palette, I wouldn't have bought it. Two, the fact that this retailed for $128, but that the original palette was on sale for 50% off for months prior, really ticked me off because how many other consumers out there, think about it, how many other consumers out there bought this palette thinking it's a brand new palette, not having any idea that it's just a repackaged palette. Like, I didn't know, and I do YouTube full time. I do beauty content, and I had no fucking clue. But other consumers probably didn't have any idea either. So I totally got swindled. And you know, it's my fault. It's my fault for not really looking into it. But then I watched Morgan Turner. I love Morgan Turner. I did click on her video to see what she had to say, and then I found out that this is just a sticker. This is just a sticker. Now I haven't pulled it off, but I can clearly feel it lifting right here. I could I could pull it off if I wish to. It's just a sticker. I spent $128 on this palette to find out that it's just a sticker. I'm pissed at myself. I'm so mad at myself for not doing just a little bit of research ahead of time to see whether or not this was actually worth my coin. And I'm so mad at myself for purchasing a $120 palette when I don't need it. I can't afford it. And here I am just splurging what I had to try this because I was like, I don't want to miss another Star Wars palette. And it's just one that's already been on sale for 50% off months prior. This is my fault. This is my fault. I'm so freaking stupid. I'm so stupid. That's how I feel. I feel like such an idiot for purchasing this. So with that said, guys, I at least will say that these little 3 mini ones, at least these ones are new, and I do have some things to say about them. So before we do, we're going to talk about this bad boy right here. One, I have to say, I absolutely do love the packaging. I think the packaging on this is beautiful. I love the Star Wars aesthetics. I think it's really gorgeous. I feel like it really does fit the theme of like Star Wars, and it gets me really excited when I look at it, and I think it's going to look beautiful in my collection. Then you have this palette right here, and I will say, I love the picture on it. It's very gorgeous. It's really reminiscent of old school Star Wars. I really love the way it looks. But what I don't like is that it's just a sticker. I wish that they would have just like, I don't know, maybe had it like printed on there or something instead of it being a sticker, because I paid $120 because Pat McGrath is a luxurious brand. It's a luxurious brand, but I feel like it being a sticker kind of takes away from the quality and kind of diminishes the luxurious feel in my personal opinion, because when you spend $120, you expect to get the value's worth, right? You expect it to be worth $120. I personally feel like a sticker, no, especially since like this palette's been on sale for 50% off prior. Now, when you open on the inside, here are going to be the colors right here. I will go ahead and insert some swatches in what it looks like. And I will say the color scheme isn't bad. It's a really pretty color scheme. I personally do not have this palette at all. So it is a new addition to my collection, which I can't be mad at. But what I can be mad at is some of the shades in here were kind of lackluster and not what I expected. So when you see the first palette right here, these 3 shades right here, I was like, okay, not bad. They swatched rather decently. But then I came into this shade right here. This shade flakes off like there's no tomorrow. Okay. Flakes. Beautiful. But man, does she flake. But when I first put my finger in it, I'm not kidding. It felt like I was touching like a dry pan. It was so hard. It felt like I was touching a hard pan. It was so hard. It didn't want to work. Now I can make this color work with me. I know it's going to have some flakiness. Some of Pat McGrath's formulas does have some flakiness in it. But what really takes me by surprise is this. This is dry like there's no tomorrow. I have to really dig in there to get this to even like have some pigment, right? But it is so dry. Like it just feels like so dry, not like her typical formula. And I don't understand because all the other shimmers in here have a nice like little creaminess to this. But for some reason, this gold shade just feels incredibly dry. I did not like how it felt. And I'm just like, ooh, I wonder if this feels so dry because it's been sitting here for how long? It's been sitting there in their factory for how long before they slapped a sticker on it and raised the price back up to $128? I don't know. I find the other 3 shades down here to be pretty lackluster. And this, again, is another dry shimmer. I don't really know why it's dry. I can get some pigment off of it, but I have to like really dig in here just to even get it to lift up because it feels pretty hard pan. So I don't know if it's just my palette or if that's just how these particular shimmers perform. I will say this one performed really nicely. I did use this one today to do my inner corner and brow bone. This one performed pretty nicely. And I did use this matte shade right here to do kind of like the outer V that you guys see right here. It's a really pretty shade. I also use it to line my upper lid to blend my fake lashes with my real lashes. So I will definitely give it that. It's a pretty palette and I'm not mad that I have it. I'm just mad because I felt lied to. I fell for it because I genuinely thought this was a new palette. I got really excited, especially because I missed the other ones. I was like, oh my God, I finally get to have a Star Wars palette, finally get to purchase it, just to find out that it's just a palette that's already been in existence, that was on sale for 50% prior. It just makes me feel really kind of cheated and lied to. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate the marketing on that. But you know what? I will say it's not Pat McGrath's fault. It's my fault for not doing the research, for not looking it up prior, not seeing other people's comments. I was just so busy during the month of December that I wasn't paying attention. And I bought it because I got really excited. But I will say I am happy that I have it for the mere fact that it is Star Wars and that it I am happy that I have it because it's for the mere fact that I don't have this one in my collection. If I had this palette, I'd be so mad. But because I don't, it's a nice addition to my palette. It's a nice addition to my collection. I just wish they wouldn't have put a freaking sticker on here. And I think it's cute. I think it's pretty, but I feel like I can just tear that off and then it's just the Midnight Sun and I just paid $128 for it. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel kind of cheated on this, but I will say it's not necessarily their fault. It's kind of my fault for not doing the research on it, but I'm just like, ugh, I was so mad. I was so mad at first. So I was like, how did I not know? Then we come to these little palettes right here. Now, these actually do retail for $32 a piece. One, I absolutely do love the packaging. I think the packaging is so on brand. It's so on point. I love it so much. I'm never going to want to throw away the packaging. I really do appreciate like the aesthetics of it. I just think it's so freaking cute. I love like the C-3PO feel of this. I love the R2-D2, absolutely adorable. And then I also love the Darth Vader right here. I was so, so excited. But then when I purchased it, I purchased the trio with this palette. Although now looking on the website, I can see that they actually had all four together as a bundle deal for $212. They did not have that when I first purchased it at launch. So there's that. Early bird doesn't always catch the worm. But when I first got the box, actually only these two showed up. And I was like, wait, where's my third palette? My third palette actually arrived a couple days ago. I had no clue what it was. And I was reaching out to customer service like, hey, just kind of curious. I ordered all three palettes, but for some reason I only got 2 out of the 3. Hadn't heard anything back from customer service. I still haven't, but luckily this actually did show up before I sat down to film this review. So I'm really glad that it did show up. So the very first palette we have right here, this is going to be Sith Seduction right here. And I have to say, I was actually thoroughly impressed with the formula. These are incredible, beautiful colors. I actually used this shade today to create the eye look that I'm wearing. It's incredibly beautiful. It glided on very, very nicely. The formula is almost like kind of wet and creamy. And I found that the formula on these were better than the actual one in this big main palette. I don't know what they did differently with their little 5-pan palettes, but to me, this was far more worth it than the big pan palette right here because the ones in here are really dry. I'm not liking the formula, but the ones in here are super creamy, so vibrant. And like this particular shade right here, oh my God, the way that this just glides on the skin and like this green one, this shimmer, it's so creamy and buttery. I'm like, this is what I'm looking for when it comes to Pat McGrath formula. But for some reason, the big palette was really disappointing. So that's why I only used one shade of it today. It's why I only used 2 shades from it because I was like really kind of disappointed with the formula. But I will say this is the small Sith Seduction was actually really nice. I really enjoyed the quality. So I'm really glad that I was able to get my hands on this one. Really beautiful. I probably won't use this palette all the time in terms of my other palettes because of the fact that it's all shimmer shades. And I really only want to have, and I really like to have some dimension in my looks and not just have all shimmers. But I will say this is absolutely beautiful. I have the Golden One palette right here. Now this is going to be like C-3PO's version of this. This is a very gorgeous, like neutral tone palette. So you're going to have like 2 mattes in here. I'd say 2 because they're like mattes, but like they don't feel like it, but they are mattes, and 3 shimmers. I feel like this is a great little 5-pan palette from Pat McGrath. This could definitely be like an everyday neutral palette. Again, the shades in here are incredible. They felt amazing. I love this little gold shade right here. This is actually what I'm using for this little inner corner moment. I'm using this shade. The way that it just glides on, it definitely flakes by the way, but the way it just glides on is so beautiful. It has such pigmentation to it. I really am obsessed with this particular one, and I thought it was so pretty to kind of like mix and match, and I'm really happy I was able to get my hands on little small ones because I thought it was absolutely beautiful. And it's worth $32. Feels expensive for what it is. I'm pretty sure that these are just stickers too. Not gonna lie. Oh yeah, these are stickers, and it feels very lightweight, so it feels kind of cheap compared to what you're paying for. But, you know, you are paying for Pat McGrath, and I understand it, but I do feel like it is $32. It's a little expensive for what it is, but I do really enjoy the formula on the inside. I just hate the fact that they use stickers, because I feel like that makes it kind of cheap. And then lastly, we do have the Divine Droid right here. I feel like this is the one that everybody's kind of hyped up about because of the fact that it is so colorful. Now, I actually did not use this one today. I did swatch it. Again, I was very impressed with the formula on this. I thought it was an incredible formula. I love the way the shadows felt, especially like this blue shade is so gorgeous. I mean, like such a gorgeous shade. And it just swatches on very, very, very nicely. Swatches on very, very, very nicely. Very, very gorgeous shade. I was really happy that I have it. I'm glad it showed up before I filmed this review because I would have been kind of like, mad on top of me already getting a palette that already exists. Then now I'm missing a palette. I'm glad it showed up when it did, but I will say it's a very beautiful palette. Again, it's expensive for what it is, but I am really glad I have it. So those are my thoughts on these little palettes. I definitely think they're beautiful. I definitely think they're beautiful. The formula is amazing, better than the actual like tin pan palette right here. Better than that. Amazing formula. On the cheap side in terms of packaging, because these are stickers and they feel very lightweight, but I do appreciate the fact they are $32. Makes them more affordable, and these are kind of what I'm going to go for more in the future in terms of Pat McGrath. Is getting little 5-pan palettes. I've heard nothing but amazing things about their 5-pan palettes over their 10-pan palettes, and I just wish I would have been a little bit more educated, but that's just my fault. But then we have, like I said, this bad boy right here. Now, this does retail for $128. I do not think it's worth it. I think if you're going to pick up anything from the Star Wars collection, just get the little mini 5-pan palettes. Don't bother getting this because this is already existing. And right now, I went on their website. Their Midnight Sun palette is back up to $128, and it says coming soon. So they don't even have it on sale anymore. I feel like they took it off sale as soon as they launched this. And I'm sure a lot of people complained about this being just a repackaged palette with just a sticker, and I definitely am understanding it. I'm not mad that I have it because I don't have this palette, but I'm just mad that I didn't know and that it's not worth the price point for it being a sticker. The quality is just not there. I can return this. Teresa did tell me I can return this if I want to. It's something that I am considering only because I don't like some of these right here. They just feel so dry, like a hit hard pan. It just feels so different than their actual small palettes right here. The quality just feels immensely different. It doesn't feel like their normal Pat McGrath quality, and it's kind of sad because this is $120. I expect luxury when I pay for this brand, and I definitely don't feel like I got luxury with this, so I feel kind of like cheated on my money. But you know what? It's my fault for not knowing. So I definitely did a different style video today. I wanted to try to switch it up where I just did more of just sit down review and talk about the product while I show myself doing the eye look. Let me know what you guys think of this style. I don't know if I'll keep up with this because I feel kind of thrown off my own routine. I feel kind of thrown off right now. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I do want to let you guys know that I will start selling my stuff on Mcgrath later this week. I'm getting all the boxes and boxing things up because I am making mystery boxes and I'm selling stuff individually, but it's just a lot of work. Plus, I am dealing stuff with my cat. Jace isn't doing so well. We have another appointment Wednesday morning at 8:30 a.m. to kind of figure out what our next step with him is going to be. I hope it's not that step, but that is definitely going to be talked about in our next appointment. So it's just been a very long week, guys, but I appreciate you guys being so patient with me. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are truly amazing, and I freaking love you guys. So let me know down below what you guys think of this collection. Did you guys pick up this collection, or did you guys know about this and I'm just the only idiot that didn't freaking know? Like, let me know. So yeah, guys, that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's Art for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye! Okay, guys, so, well, okay, Happy New Year, guys. I want to talk about, okay, guys, so if you guys have been here on my channel at any point in time, or just, okay, guys, so if you guys have been here on my channel at any, I feel like we totally got cheated out. I feel like we totally got cheated on. I feel like we totally got, like,